Hi, my name is Katherine Foster, and I am an assistant controller for Beds and More. So I'd like to meet with you today to talk about the investment that we're looking at into the new building. So I have just received paperwork as of January 2nd that we have a $2 million loan for the warehouse. So we have the $2 million loan, but on the other end of that, the expected renovation is going to be about $500,000 for the warehouse. And so the appraisal for the building itself at $1,750,000, and then plus the renovation cost is going to be $2,200,000 US. Now, to get to the depreciation of the building itself, we're going to look at the cost of the building, which, like I said, was $1,750,000, divided out over the 30-year period that the company has set. Of course, through the company policy, there is no salvage cost. So that puts it at $58,333.33 per year of a depreciation. Breaking it down further, if we look at the months, we'll take the $58,333 per year divided by 12. That's where we're going to get $4,861.08 of depreciation per month. Now, you might be asking why I did just the cost of the building, the $1,750,000, instead of including the renovation cost as well as the land cost. But land does not depreciate, and we cannot do an appraisal on the building until we have a completed renovation of the building, and then we can reassess the straight line depreciation. So at this moment, per month, the straight line depreciation will be $4,861. Moving forward to look at long-term investments, since we are acquiring a new building that we will hold on for roughly 30 years, we need to understand the difference between a tangible and intangible asset. So of course our tangible assets will be our property, our buildings, the equipment, the company cars that we drive, and then the intangible will be the trademarks we have, the copyrights, the patents, also as well as the intangibles and tangibles. Along with that, we have our stock market, or our stocks in the stock market. If we hold on for those longer than a year, they turn into long-term assets if they're on the rise. So when we sell, we will have to pay long-term capital gains tax on them. And then how to value the long-term assets that we do have. You're going to do the sum of the capital, investments, long-term assets, and other miscellaneous, like I said, long-term assets, to calculate the value of them. But of course, you're going to have to factor in depreciation. Most common one used by most companies is straight line, meaning it's going to depreciate at a steady rate this much every year. But of course, there are less common ones, the double decline, the units of production, and the sum of the year's digits depreciation. So to account for long-term assets on the ledger sheet, we will debit the asset account, and then we will record the payment, whether that be cash or a automatic bank withdrawal, from the people we are receiving the money from, and we will take that to the credit part of the ledger and withdraw in the regular journal. So overall, I would like to reiterate the fact of we are not going to include the $500,000 renovation appraisal, and we will not include the land cost because land does not depreciate. And since we're just looking at the building, the straight line depreciation per month will be $4,861.08. If you have any questions, you can email me or fax me.